this was her first entry into big school. And it was a moment of disorientation for her when I just came, sat with a laptop and said, this is what school is, this is what class is. And while she didn't have really skills to compare it against, because she was in a Montessori till last year and she enjoyed that part of it, she knew she was going to a new school. I don't think laptop-based learning was what she expected. So in fact, initially the first 2-3 days, this is her position when she was looking at classes. So it was a little bit confusing for her. But having said that, it took her about a week or two to get adjusted to the routine. It took her about a week or two, and then she naturally started loving the process. She started loving her teachers, her classmates, and now it's really great that the child actually bonds with kids she's only met virtually, not even in person, not once probably, but she calls them her friends, and she's quite happy. And as a parent, I am, although again, like, this is, nobody's going to agree this is the ideal way a child should probably start learning, but for this situation, I really think she's gotten the best of what could be given to her. Apart from regular school skills, where she's very comfortable learning how to write, how to read, her sight words, her activities, and all of those things. She absolutely loves chatting up with her teachers and loves the way they explain things to her. And she also really, I don't know if this is how it's taught in regular school, but the fact that these days there are videos presented for concepts kind of makes her a lot more thorough in the area, and she enjoys looking at it. And apart from that, as a mom, I really like the little bit of discipline that's being used, like subtly, where they take their commitments very seriously. And in fact, there's a time where she complained to her teacher that I was drinking coffee when her class was going on and they were not supposed to eat or drink anything. But so they take their commitment seriously. She's starting to learn how to wait for her turn, and all of these I'm sure they learn in regular school also. But since I get to be present when her classes are happening and I am actually visually seeing this transformation, we're quite happy that way. The class strength, I am absolutely in awe, like how they maintain this kind of 18 students in a class with 2 teachers, and it's worked out absolutely well digitally, in fact, where the morning session has gone really well. And I really like the small group session, where it's just about 4 or 5 children and so much personal time with the teacher and with each other. It's amazing to watch the interaction there. So that is something I really appreciate about the school. Secondly, the approach of the teachers. It's unbelievable, the psychology that they actually understand, the way they treat the children. Like, we get impatient as parents at some points where if our child is not answering something, and especially digitally, I think we would leave them at much better peace when they are out of sight and they're in their classroom and we're not really aware of what's happening. But digitally, sometimes even beyond myself, I want my daughter to answer something because I know she knows. I want the world to know, why. That's something that we all need to think about. But I love how the teachers approach it. There is zero judgment. There is absolutely no making any child feel inadequate, or every child feels special, I feel, in her class, the way the teacher talks to them. So that is something the school's really focused on, not just skill-based learning, but also this personality side, this psychological side. So that's something I really appreciate about what the school does.